Hi from Teacher Melissa, and I want to give you a quick video today about some extensions and explanations that you can give your students in VIPKid about the American holiday Labor Day. So right now in America, as I'm filming this, it's about 2 weeks before Labor Day. So you might want to consider going ahead and thinking about your schedule for Labor Day weekend, because our students can book 2 weeks ahead. You're going to start getting priority requests. You're going to have to decide if you want to open or close slots. You might want to take the weekend off before the big push for school starting, or you might want to work a whole bunch to get some good summer money in. And keep in mind, bookings may not be really full that weekend anyway, because most of our Chinese students are going to start back to school somewhere around September 1st, and they've missed a lot of school, of course, like we have. Hey, go Hornets! Here I am. Started school myself this week, first full week of school. So a lot of times students will have to go to school on Saturdays, or it's the weekend of their first full week of school and they've got a lot of homework and stuff. So keep that in mind too. But anyway, what I really want to talk about is how to talk to your students about it. So if you're blocking off Labor Day in 2 weeks and your students won't be able to book you, this weekend or soon is when you're going to want to tell your students, hey, I'm not going to be working that weekend because it's an American holiday. If you are going to be working that weekend, it's a great extension. Cultural exchange is a big part of what we do when we're teaching our students in China. And this holiday is perfect for it. Let me explain why. So here's how I do this. I will say, and I'll give the date, I'll show a calendar, or I'll just give the date. And this is obviously for upper level students. I'm not even going to probably mention Labor Day to a level 2 student unless I'm talking to mom. So this is upper level 3 through 7 plus, level 8, some of your free talk classes, your supplementary classes for the upper levels. This is great extension. So I'll just have my American flag, of course. I wave my little flag and say, in America, there's a holiday soon. It is called Labor Day. Have you ever heard of this holiday, Labor Day? Maybe I'll write it on my whiteboard, Labor Day, or I'll show it on a calendar, and I'll mention Labor Day. Now, a lot of them are not going to know that what the word labor means, so they're not going to get it. This has been my experience, even with my upper level. So depending on how high of a level they are, I'll write the word labor, type it in the chat box. Labor equals work. And I'll say labor, work, they mean the same. Same thing. Labor, work, same thing. So it's like work day or workers' day. Do you have a holiday in China like this for workers' day? Well, they do. Here, I'm going to pop up a slide. They do that first, sometime in May, that first week in May. They have what's called Workers' Day, and this is a common holiday all around the world. America just does it differently because we already had Labor Day. So they do celebrate their workers, and it's a big day in China. It's a holiday the kids will recognize, and they will know what Workers' Day is. So I just equate the two and say how they are the same. You know, I will say, yes, we honor our workers, and many workers do not have to work in America on Labor Day. Many workers in China, and we'll have that discussion that maybe they don't have to work. And then I'm going to kind of give some differences. All right? I'm going to say, in America, here's how many people celebrate. They have a picnic. You might have to describe what a picnic is. You know, you eat outside. A little picture on my phone, picnic, sitting on a blanket or something. I'll say many workers have the day off, and then I'll ask them what workers do in China on their day off. Okay? And they'll tell me sleep, or maybe they'll travel or something, whatever they say. I'm just getting that conversation going that we have a holiday that is very similar, and I'll write the dates. Our Workers' Day is in September. And whatever the year you're in when you're viewing this video, you're just going to show that date on the calendar and explain what's going on that day. Now, what I also like to do is show different props. Of course, I've got my little flag, But if you've got some kind of Americana kind of prop to use, or for a reward. Now, I primarily use shiny stars, is about all I use. So I've got, my red, white, and blue stars that I can give. And I'll say, yay for Labor Day, or something, and throw my stars up. And I have 2 gold stars. So I usually throw those in for the last 2 to represent China. Yay for Workers' Day in China. Look, and then I always make sure I put the yellow on top of the red and kind of wave my Chinese flag, and it gives them the idea that we have similar culture, which is really what I'm shooting for. That a rich cultural exchange, we have similarities that we can relate to, and we have differences that we can celebrate. So I really like to do that. You might even have some worker gifts that you want to show, or maybe you have worker stars, or maybe you have things of different kinds of workers. Construction worker, there's a whole unit that has plumber, painter, barber, teller. You might want to get some little flashcards for those and celebrate different kinds of workers, mailman, policeman, whatever, police officer. So you might want to just celebrate different jobs, whatever, like maybe for your reward or something, or maybe not. You just might want to do the extension at the beginning and move on, okay? Now, I will tell you, for my upper level students, I do enjoy, especially if I've had them like a couple times that weekend, or I've had them a couple times in the week, so we're discussing more about Labor Day. I'll just extend more and have a further discussion. I will say, oh yes, many workers have time off in America and in China too. What workers do not have the day of no work? What workers never have the day of no work? And their upper level, if they don't get it, you'll help them. But generally, they're going to say something like a policeman, a police officer, or a firefighter, even like a taxi driver. Okay, something. But usually they're going to say something like this. Or they're going to say doctors or nurses or hospital workers. And I always make a big point that, yes, our heroes work many times when others do not work. So you can have that extension and talk about heroes in our community. So that's another way that you can extend with this. Okay, so try these out. Try this cultural exchange. It's a big deal. It's important. And it's what our parents are looking for. So tell them in the feedback that you spoke about Labor Day and talked about how it relates to Chinese Workers' Day. Okay, so what I usually do is I type up a little 2 or 3 sentences about what I know I'm going to talk about in a Google Doc, and then I can just copy and paste it into my feedback real quick after every class. And if I had a level 2, or I had a trial, or I had a kid that I knew was going to take a long time reading and I've got no time for extensions, then I just don't copy and paste that part over. So I keep it separate from my other feedback for the day. And I often just say something like, Coco practiced verb tenses in conversation with a friendly conversation about the American holiday Labor Day. We talked about how Labor Day is similar to the Chinese holiday Workers' Day. In America, Labor Day is in September. In China, Workers' Day is in May. Great job with conversation, Coco. Just something real bland. I don't go into the specifics about the picnic and the stuff like that, because if I didn't talk about it with that student, then I have to write a bunch more. I just put a simple blurb, and then the parent's going to ask the student, hey, what'd you talk about? What's this Labor Day? I copy and paste that to the learning partner at the bottom also. That's marketing for me. I want the learning partners, without having to watch the entire class, I want them to know that I'm extending and that I'm doing a cultural exchange between China and America and talking about how they're similar and different. And that's kind of a little marketing tool for me to let the learning partners know, hey, I'm on the ball and I'm going above and beyond for my students. Try this out. Tell me what you think. Give me a thumbs up and click subscribe below for more videos. Thanks.